Now we're going to move on to perhaps the most important component, the component that you look at almost all day, every day. Let's take a closer look at the ultra-smooth display of the OnePlus 8T. We all know that phones are not just phones. They're not just for talking. They're for gaming, watching videos, messaging, reading, and 1,000 other things. And all that happens through the display. So more than anything else, it's the display that makes or breaks your experience. With the OnePlus 7 Pro last year, we introduced the first QHD+ 90Hz OLED display in the industry, giving you a much smoother experience than ever before. And since then, we haven't just stayed on the cutting edge. We've been pushing it forward. With the OnePlus 8 Pro, we elevated the refresh rate to an even smoother 120 Hz with even more outstanding color accuracy. For the OnePlus 8T, we naturally wanted to continue this trend. Now, there are two types of smartphone displays, curved and flat. Both have their advantages. Curved displays can create a more bezel-less look with a slimmer profile. And that's what we went for with the OnePlus 8 series, making the best curved display out there. But on the other hand, there's a whole other group of users that prefer flat displays, especially for activities like gaming and watching content. So this time around with the OnePlus 8T, we went with what we feel is the industry's best 120 Hz flat display. Just check out these stats. 120 Hz refresh rate, 240 Hz sampling rate, peak brightness of 1100 nits, HDR10 Plus certification, SGS certification. These are things that people loved in the OnePlus 8 Pro. So we figured, why not bring them to the OnePlus 8T as well? And according to DisplayMate, this display is not just good, it's A+ good. Now sure, there are other phones that have gotten an A+ rating before, but the OnePlus 8T is the world's first flat 120 Hz display to get that coveted A+ rating. And how we achieved this came down to two factors. First, using the best OLED panel, and then getting the most out of it through meticulous calibration. We customize a special 120 Hz OLED panel, and I don't use the word special lightly here. This is not just some ordinary panel. The OLED panel on the OnePlus 8T is flexible instead of the normal glass-based, non-flexible one in most flat OLED displays, which means this display is thinner, lighter, and offers much more vivid color with a wider viewing angle. Then our engineers spent countless hours fine-tuning every detail to bring out the maximum performance from the hardware. We use an extremely high-tech display color analyzer to make sure that every OnePlus 8T has extraordinary color accuracy. And in fact, it has the most accurate color in any smartphone. Color accuracy can be measured with something called JNCD, or just noticeable color difference. And for the most part, a JNCD of less than 1 means that color discrepancies are visually indistinguishable to the human eye. And on the OnePlus 8T, we achieved a JNCD of just around 0.3. Again, more accurate than any smartphone on the market. And on top of the 120 Hz refresh rate, and just like on the OnePlus 8 Pro, the 8T also has an astonishing 240 Hz touch sampling rate. And with the countless optimizations we made in both the hardware and the software, the OnePlus 8T feels even faster than other 120 Hz displays. And we don't forget about the rest of the details either. Take automatic brightness adjustment, for example. This is something that should be basic, but because there are so many variables in different scenarios, it's hard to get it just right. But as always, we don't stop until we get it just right. We added a high-precision light sensor to both the front and back of the OnePlus 8T, which helps to get a more accurate read on the ambient light. We also stepped up the number of adjustment degrees to 8,192, the most on any Android phone. And we included an all-new AI algorithm for smoother brightness adjustment than ever before. Now, you might never notice any of this working, and that's kind of the point. Having something that works just the way it's supposed to is one less thing that you ever have to worry about. So that's the ultra-smooth 120 Hz display of the OnePlus 8T, a meticulously calibrated flat OLED panel, a refresh rate that runs so smoothly you'll never see a lag or flicker, and color accuracy that even surpasses what your own eyes can see. When you see it for yourself, you'll realize just how stunning the OnePlus 8T display is. And to help you get the most